Back in 97, 98, we had a couple family members that passed away. And the building at 509 West Onondaga Street, my husband's grandfather purchased back in 48. I went by that building probably twice a day. And one day it was like, you need to do something with that building. I started looking around for a cause. My background is nursing, love children. When I first started talking about child abuse, everybody said, you're nuts. That's not a good cause. That's not where this needs to go. But in talking to Joe O'Hara, he said, well, you know my sister, Maureen, and I did. And he said, she works at the child abuse clinic at Upstate. You need to get in touch with her.
I remember Maureen, somehow she knew about Martha. And she said, you'll need to meet with her and you'll need to see what happens. And she and I had lunch, and after that, it was like magic almost. Like after that, Martha's, if you ever want to get a project done, Martha's the person. She is an incredibly strong advocate. And when she heard the idea and what we were trying to, put together, she immediately, it was like a, like an enzyme in an experiment. You could see everything, the fireworks exploding, and she immediately took the idea to the next level.
She's phenomenal. She and I are like sisters now. We're best friends. I took her down to the house. Now, it had been empty, and you can see from some of the pictures the old architecture and the plaid rugs and the paneling, and she's like, Martha, you're nuts. I always say, I was the facilitator. She had the dream. I just facilitated getting to that dream, but with an entire community behind me to make it happen. The first thing we did is we went and talked to Bill Fitzpatrick and Rick Trumfio. And they were a little skeptical, you're bringing all these people together. Everybody's got their own turf. Everybody has their own way of doing things. And I just kept saying, but we need to put the child at the center. We got to think about the child. And the concept of an advocacy center is that rather than the child going to all those places, the DA's office, law enforcement, the hospital, wherever, is that they go to one place and all the professionals come to the child. So we have a medical clinic there. There's one whole floor that's dedicated to medical. There's representatives from law enforcement, from the DA's office. We have counselors on staff. We work very closely with the SANE nurses, sexual assault nurse examiners, and then we get right in with social service. So when we start working with not only the child, but the family on the counseling, it's a whole healing process that goes through. You walk in, the reception area is very colorful, lots of toys. All of the therapy rooms are very child-friendly. And it's sitting here talking like you and I are talking, except we're sitting down on the floor playing with blocks. The other thing is we rely heavily on other community-based organizations in the community. Vera House and McMahon Ryan work very close together, as well as other community-based organizations, because everybody has support, and unfortunately there's enough problems to go around that we collaborate together, we work together.
At the time, it seemed unbelievable to me that we finally did it, And then after that, all the milestones are really related to me. The memories are really of kids and kids that we helped.
I would like McMahon Ryan to be the best practice organization that we can help other communities do what we've been able to do. And I think over the last 20 years, we've seen over 7,000 children. I'm sorry we have to be here, but the number of lives we've touched is remarkable.
I came into the building as a victim, and with my experience with them, they helped me every day move towards becoming a survivor. Family is automatically like what I would use to describe as McMahon Ryan from my experience, because just from how I felt there, through the experience, the process, as well as all the people, they're engaging, they're sweet, they're caring, they're passionate, and it shows every single day. When I walked into a facility with people I don't know of, and I had to explain in detail what happened to me as a child, and I was already on edge and nervous and conflicted, but then I walked into the building. It's just a warm atmosphere, nice people, they always greet you. So automatically it was very comfortable, and I love that experience. Just every single time I walk in there, I feel warm and happy. When I was younger, I was growing up in a family with 6 siblings and a very family-devoted household. That's when I learned, sadly, between the ages of 10 and 12, that trust can be abused, as well as personal space, and that's what my brother James did. He took the trust my parents gave in my older siblings to help take care of the younger kids while my parents are at work to his advantage for his own gain. When I was going through the abuse between the ages of 8 and 12, I actually started to lose, I would say, memories from my past. I actually don't remember the majority of my childhood. And it's very hard, but that's the truth of my story, is that I don't remember most of my childhood, and it's because of one person's selfish gain. When my brother got convicted when he got guilty, it was just McMahon Ryan, Maureen Berry was there, Detective Clark, they were there, and it was just all of us felt that relief. And that day is when I became a survivor. And I only felt that with McMahon Ryan, because if it wasn't for them, if it wasn't for their people, I don't believe I would have had the same experience to where I became and felt so fulfilling with becoming a survivor. I just want to say thank you to McMahon Ryan in its entirety, to the secretaries for always being there saying hello and knowing me. It's very nice to have that atmosphere right off the bat when I walk in through the door. For Detective Clark and all the other detectives there with McMahon Ryan, for what you do on a daily process and something that you carry close to your heart, thank you, because you help give a determination and a drive to people like me who were victimized to help us drive and push forward to become survivors. And everyone else in between that I do see and I don't see when I'm in the halls, thank you, because you are all foundations for creating McMahon Ryan for what it is today. So thank you for everything, little and big.